Hello everyone, Arashi here. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. As some of you may know, especially if you watch my main channel, I am primarily a gamer. Although for the last 2.5 years maybe, I've spent a lot more money on manga stuff. I do have a lot of video games. As you can see right behind me, you can see a bunch of collector's edition stuff. And beneath all these edition stuff, sorry, I'm bad with the camera. There's like my regular edition stuff. I probably have around, including digital and physical, I probably have around 600 games. Not counting the free stuff I get from like Game Pass Ultimate. I'm actually, while recording this, I'm actually downloading like 10 games on my Xbox Series X. Anyway, the reason I'm making this video is because I do have several video games that are based off anime. I thought it would be a good idea to show you the physical games at least, because I also have a bunch of digital games. But yeah, I'm going to show you all, or at least most of the games that started as a manga or an anime. I do have some games that became manga or anime after, but these are not going to be on this video. So I'm gonna start with one of the first out of those I have physically. The oldest one I have is probably Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax, which I had since 2016. This is a fighting game featuring a bunch of anime characters from the Dengeki Bunko company, or I don't know exactly what is Dengeki Bunko exactly. There's also 2 Sega characters you can play as. And like the main character, the one that in the story makes you fight other people, is actually a human version of the Sega Dreamcast for some reason. Next would be, I wasn't sure if this was I wasn't sure for this one if the video game came first, but apparently the anime came a couple months before the anime. That would be Kandawaga Jet Girls. This is a pretty good racing game. It is pretty light on content though. I personally got ripped off. I paid it more than it's actually worth, even though it's like the limited edition. I actually platinumed this game in 6 days, so it is really light on content. And it's, if you want a fun racing game that's easy to platinum, if you're a trophy hunter, this is definitely a good one. If you can get it on the PS Store, that's a nice one to get. Next one is something I didn't know exists until like maybe 7 months ago. Miracle Girl Festival. This is a different one because it's kind of like Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax, except that this one, instead of a fighting game, it's a rhythm game. The gameplay is actually almost identical to the Atsune Miku game, except this one feature music from several anime. I actually don't know most of these anime girls. I pretty much only know the ones from I can see Yuru Yuri is the older rabbit, and I believe I see characters from Kiniro Mosaic. And I never even watched the latter two. I only watched Yuru Yuri, and even then only like 5 episodes of season 1. Next is Axel World versus Sword Art Online. This is a Japanese, not Japanese, sorry, Asian English copy, because this game actually never came out physically in North America. You can still get it on PS Vita, on the PS Vita store, if you have a North American account. But this is, if you want a physical copy, you're going to have to import it from like Play Asia or something like that, if it's still available. I personally never played that game much. I think I've only did like the first chapter or something, so I can't really say if it's good enough. Although the gameplay did seem to resemble a bit my next game, which I actually have 3 copies of. You will see. So actually, I only have 3 games left to show you, and all 3 of them are multiple copies. You'll see why. Next would be Sword Art Online Love Song. This was a second anime-based game I ever bought. I don't know why I even bought this game, because I wasn't even into anime when I got this game, and I was even less into Sword Art Online. Actually, I watched the first season of Sword Art Online. I didn't really, I didn't really like it all that much. I did like some characters, but other than that, well, actually, I do like most of the character of the first season, but I don't like the series all that much. But still, I had never gotten far in this game, and for some reason, I like it a lot. So much that in 2019, when my ex-girlfriend asked me what I wanted for Christmas, I asked her for a PS4 copy of the game because I know that the game is cross-save. And since I, back then, didn't play my PS Vita all that much anymore, I wanted to play the superior version because obviously the PS4 version is more stable. Well, this game is pretty stable, but I mean, frame rate, it's much better on this one. And I said I had 3 copies, and the reason is that the third copy is a Japanese limited edition of the game. I actually got this one for super cheap, like 30 $35 before taxes. It wasn't brand new though, but it did come with all the goodies that usually come with the game. And on top of that, not only the previous owner kept everything clean and intact, she even kept the plastic that originally protected all the stuff that came with the game. And I think this music CD is still brand new. Oh no, it's not. But I really should install this on my PC. I mean the music CD, because after that I can put it in my phone. Because the music you're listening to right now is actually the music that plays on the first Upward Woglin Day, which is definitely one of my favorite one of my favorite tracks of the game. Yeah, it comes with a couple of CDs as well. I don't know if it's a whole soundtrack or I think it does come with a whole soundtrack. There isn't a lot of music in this game. Anyway, next is 2 copies of a PS Vita game. That would be New Game The Challenge Stage. And yes, this copy is brand new. I got it on I bought it on December 2020, but I got it on January 2021. Back then, ironically, when I ordered this one, it was my favorite anime of all time. But by the time I actually got it, it dropped to 3rd, and now it's my 4th series. The reason why it's brand new is because for a pretty hefty price, I think with import fees and import fees, taxes, and shipping fees, and I paid extra for fast shipping. I also have the limited edition of the game. Yeah, so and this one cost me over $100, everything included. This one cost me $300. So yeah, I basically paid $400 for 2 copies of the same game. And I must say, even as much as I like the New Game series overall, it's still my 4th favorite series of all times. This is probably one of the worst visual novel I've ever played. And not just because it's only in Japanese. I can actually go around with that using guides. But it's somehow a Japanese... it's somehow a visual novel that, for the first half of the game, on every playthrough, it rely heavily on random number generator, and that fucking sucks. Last but not least, it's another visual novel that I have no idea how to read, and this one doesn't have a guide as far as I know. Maybe there is now because the game is almost a year and a half years old at this point. That would be Laid Back Camp. Have a nice day. My favorite series of all time. Did you expect me to not get this game? Not only I got this game, the regular edition on the Nintendo Switch, I got the limited edition on the PS4. The PS4 came with, well, the limited edition comes with a little Rin. It's a toy actually. It's not an actual figurine. It's a toy. It's like those little car that you pull out a bit, and then when you let it go, it will like go. And I believe it came with a CD. Let me just, I kind of not remember. Oh yeah, it came with the soundtrack. I actually have it on my installed on my phone. Now that I think about it. So, of all those games, if we disregard the fact that Laid Back Camp is my favorite series of all times, the best game, the one that I actually had the most fun with of all these games, even though it was really, really short-lived, I think I'm gonna go with Kandagawa Jet Girls. As I said, I platinumed it in 6 days. And the following winter, after like 7 months after I got it, I actually played with friends online. It's pretty fun. And a very close second, I would almost say it's tied. I'm gonna go with Miracle Girl Festival, just because I usually like rhythm games, so this is definitely a game I wanted to play when I learned what was it about. And when my friend showed on Facebook Marketplace that she was selling this, I immediately went to YouTube and checked what the game was about. And when I saw that, oh, it's basically Hatsune Miku but with anime girls, I was like, oh, keep it for me. As soon as I get my paycheck, I'm gonna buy it. And I did. I haven't played it for a couple months now because I don't play my PS Vita all that much anymore. But if you like rhythm games, if you like especially anime and the Hatsune Miku gameplay, get this one. It's really good. Well, that was it. That video actually took a lot longer than I thought it would. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.